everyone, my name is Rachel Cataldo and I am a senior student at Susquehanna University, majoring in sports media within our communications department. One challenge I had my first year of college that I really truly did not anticipate was being homesick. It did not take long for the feeling of being homesick to set in at all, and I was not anticipating being homesick, especially because Susquehanna is only an hour away from my hometown. But some advice I would have for students who find themselves in the same position I was don't be afraid to call home, even if it's every day. That actually helped me. I would allot time every day to chat with family members, my parents, my grandparents, my sister, and also some of my friends from home. We would always be FaceTiming and talking about our experiences and different things like that. And I also joined multiple clubs throughout my first year on campus, which allowed me to find friend groups, meet different people, try new things that I probably wouldn't have tried before. And that really helped. I think joining a sorority and being a part of our student-run newspaper and just finding different friends within those groups and my classes really helped me find my place at Susquehanna. And now I barely go home, so it's very hard to imagine that as a senior 4 years ago at this time, I was going home every weekend, really missing home. But now I love Susquehanna, and I feel like I'm missing out when I do go home. One study tip I would have for students entering their collegiate experience is to try studying in little bits at a time instead of just cramming the night before a big exam, or you might find yourself having a research paper. I would advise to work at it little by little and not all at once. I think that's the most effective way I found myself doing work. And also try to study in different settings. Some people need it to be completely silent when they're studying. Others like the collaboration, like to work with other people and study with other people. Some can only handle a little bit of background noise. So I would advise you to really figure out what setting works best for you. I know for me, I need minimal to no distractions whatsoever. So whenever I need to study or really get an assignment done, I head to a study room or the library by myself to really get my work done.
Hello everybody, my name is Lane Tanny. I'm a recent graduate from Bloomsburg University, and I'd like to talk to you about some tips and tricks about before going to college. So one of the questions, you think about is what are some obstacles or challenges you face in your freshman year, what to expect. For me personally, one thing that I had to overcome was sleeping in the same room with somebody. I was put in OL and I had to sleep with somebody morning and night, and somebody with a late sleep schedule, and I used to go to bed semi-early. So that was one of the obstacles that I faced trying to come to an understanding of when we're both going to go to bed. That's something you might come to too. Another challenge I faced was the amount of coursework and study material we had to do to prep before an exam. One quick example is my first exam at college, I still remember, was in geography. And I was studying the material like I would in high school, and I didn't expect to know this much material or think I was going to have to write it all out. And I thought, all right, it's multiple choice. But I got to the exam thinking that, and I didn't do so well. That was sort of like the breaker of this is college, is you actually have to study, and it's hard, and it's not like high school anymore. I hope that don't happen to you, but just prepare that, expect that, it's not high school anymore, and with the free time you have, you do have to study and do your homework, or you will fall behind. Another quick question I get asked is, what is a positive experience I had in college? For me, definitely join clubs. Joining a club will help you meet new people, talk to people in class, talk to people in these clubs, talk to people in your dorm rooms, be sociable. Meet new people is the best thing because you're not stuck to your high school friends, and people say you find your real friends and your true friends in college. So one thing for me was I joined a club at Bloomsburg, and I actually ended up going on a trip with them down to South Carolina for spring break. While going on that trip, didn't really know a whole lot of people, just joined the club, but now today they're one of my best friends, and it was one of the best decisions I've ever made in my life. So I hope you guys do the same. another quick question is, how do I handle college expenses? Going out to eat, whatever. For me, I just, I got a small part-time job, 10, 20 hours on campus. And with that, it's easy. You can do your homework. And by then, you also makes you're disciplined to do your homework then when you're not at work. And it does pay for your expenses if you want to go out to eat with your friends and stuff. And the last question I like to answer is, what are some study tips I would like to share? For me personally, I always had to print everything out, all my study material, everything. And with doing that, I was able to not focus on the computer, just study my stuff, and make sure you prep about 3 to 4 days before an exam, or else you're going to be cramming and it might not go well. Hope this works, guys, and good luck in your future. Thank you.
Hi everyone, my name is Tessa. I am a senior global management major here at Susquehanna University, and I wanted to answer some questions that you all might be having about college and the transition from high school to college. So one of those questions might be like, what obstacles or challenges might you face? So definitely for me, when I went from high school to college, I was really involved in high school. I was still a little shy, but I was involved in a lot of activities. And when I got to college, I got way over involved. I had a lot more control over my time, which is great and amazing now. But at first I was overwhelmed and I was stressed out. And then eventually I was able to figure out where my priorities were and pick and choose, I want to play soccer and I want to really enjoy my classes. And I also want to do like different clubs, like service organizations. So after I really figured out what I wanted to say or what I wanted to do and how to say no, definitely helped with time management. Another question might be like, how are you going to change? So something that was really positive for me was I was shy in high school. And when I got to college, I became a tour guide and I made a lot of friends through soccer. And I ended up becoming a lot more confident in myself and really grew up a lot. I actually traveled to South Africa for an entire semester at the University of Cape Town. It was my study abroad. And having that experience and being able to really get outside of my comfort level was incredible. I got to go hiking and snorkeling and I learned how to surf and everything. It was really cool. So I highly recommend doing things that push you outside of your comfort zone because you might get some really positive outlooks on life out of that. And then also too, like some studying tips. So for me, I genuinely enjoy to read. I genuinely enjoy to learn, but accounting and finance are definitely not my forte. And those are some classes I had to take within being a business major. So when I did have those more difficult classes, I really talked to my professors. I'm glad I chose a school that has smaller class sizes and we're only 13-to-1 for student faculty ratio. So I would just sit in the study room outside of my professor's office when I was doing my accounting or finance homework and pop my head in and say hi if I did have any questions, and also utilizing the other students in my class if I was struggling, and utilizing tutors as well. So I guess my biggest study tip is don't be afraid to ask for help. I hope this helped you guys out on some of your questions or anything. But yeah, that's it.